Alright, let's continue with this. What did we do so far? We found the equation of that red line. In fact, just to make this color coordinated, let's make that. I think I can do this. Let's make it red. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Alright, so red line, red equation. You got it? Okay, now what we're going to do is find the equation of the blue line. So let's go to blue and we'll do this. Was that the blue I used? Okay. So let's find the equation of the blue line. Well, Nico, you said it already. What's the equation, or what's the slope of the red line? It's -1, isn't it? What about the blue line? What do you think the slope of the blue line is going to be?
+1.
It's going to be +1. That's right, because you take the opposite sign, then you take the reciprocal. Well, the reciprocal of 1 is just 1, right? So you take the opposite sign. So what's the slope of this blue line? It's just 1, isn't it? Does that make sense? So that was kind of easy. Well, what else do we know in order to find the equation of this blue line? We need a point, don't we?
We need the y.
So y equals mx plus b. Well, I know a point. I was given a point on this line. What is it? Big hint. I'm circling it. Okay, it's 2, 4, isn't it? All right, so we have a point that's 2, 4. So look what we're going to do. We're going to plug all that stuff in. We're going to find the equation of that blue line. That's all I'm doing right now. You understand? Just finding the equation of both lines. This is stuff that we've done before. This is not new. We're just kind of putting a couple things that we've talked about before all together in one problem. So let's put some stuff in here. What do we put in for the y? 4 equals m, which is 1, times x, which is 2, and then plus b. You know that's a 2. Subtract a 2. What's the b going to be? It's going to be 2. And it looks like that it is on my graph, doesn't it? All right. Again, I was pretty accurate using this, graph paper and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it should be right there. So let's write the equation of this blue line now. Y equals what? 1x, or just x, plus 2. And we'll put that in a box. See what I've done? I just found the equation of the red line, and I found the equation of the blue line. And you're probably thinking, well, why in the world did I even do any of that stuff? Well, I'll show you why. What we want to do is we want to find this point of intersection. Everybody paying attention? Don't pack up yet. We want to find... Oh, you got to go. That's fine. You guys can go. We want to find this point of intersection right here. So I've got the equation of the red line, and I have the equation of the blue line. I want to find the point where the x and the y is shared by both of those lines. I got people not watching. Okay, you got to pay attention. They're just leaving. Okay, you've seen people leave before. All right, let's look up here and pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay, because you're not going to catch on to this if you don't pay 100% attention. I've got this blue line, I've got the red line, and what I want to do is I want to find this point of intersection. This is what I want to find right here. Okay, I'm not sure exactly where it is, but what I can do is I can use these two equations to find that point of intersection. We're going to go back to Algebra 1, and we're going to solve for x and y by using either substitution or elimination. Everybody up here, okay? So watch. What I'm going to do is y equals x plus 2, and then right here y equals -x minus 2. Do you remember this kind of stuff in Algebra 1 when you had to solve for x and y? Yeah. So let's do that right now. There's a couple ways you could approach this. Let's just do it like this. Let's do it by elimination. Do you see how you had a positive x and a negative x right there? What can we do? We can add up all our columns. This is Algebra 1 stuff. So let's add up the y's. 1y plus 1y is 2y equals, what happens to the x's? They canceled out. What happened here? Equals what? 0. So what's y equal to? Y is equal to 0, okay? And now let's solve for x. You can use either one of these equations, this one or this one, to solve for x. Let's just use this one since they're all positive. So let's write the equation down. Y equals x plus 2. So what I'm going to do is stick a 0 in for this. Put a 0 in for the y equals x plus 2. Let's solve for x. Subtract 2 from both sides. What's x equal to? It's -2. So what did we just do right there? Why in the world did we do all that stuff?
Find the distance.
Well, not to find the distance, just to find that point of intersection. That's right. Okay, I just did that to find the point of intersection. So it's -2, 0. Now remember what I said before? It sure looks like it's at -2, 0, but I can't trust that because sometimes that point of intersection is going to be somewhere in between those little grid marks. It's not always going to line up perfectly at one of these intersection points. Does that make sense? So you have to know how to do this without just looking at the graph and say, yeah, I think I was pretty close. I'll just use that point. We can't do that. So we verified, didn't we, that that point definitely is -2, 0. We're almost done. It's taking forever, isn't it? Well, what did we ask? What do we have to do? We haven't even talked about that, have we? The only thing that we did was find that point right there. So watch. But now, listen, let's not freak out over this. Let's go different colors, go green. So now what we can do, I've got a point 2, 4. I've got a point -2, 0. And what am I trying to find? I'm trying to find the distance between those 2 points. Okay? Don't look at it as one big problem. Break it down into little chunks. Do little steps at a time. If you look at it as one big picture, it's going to be a little more difficult. Don't want you to do it. Okay, I didn't. Have we talked about a calculator at all? No. Nope. Don't want you to do it. I want you to know what's going on here. I want you to know what's happening and not just plug a bunch of stuff into a calculator that's already been programmed for you. Don't want it. Okay. So let's do this. We're almost done. If the bell rings, you just hang on. All right. The distance equals square root. Remember this? Yeah, we did a lot of this stuff earlier in the year. So what do? Subtract the x's. So -2 minus 2. Let's just do that in our head. What's -2 minus 2? It's -4. And let's go 0 minus 4, which is also what? -4. -4 squared is 16 plus another 16. It's under a square root, so it's the square root of what? 32. That's your distance, and that's your final answer. You could keep it like that. You could throw that into a calculator and get a decimal. I think the decimal in the book anyway, it's around 5.66, okay? I would accept either way. I would accept this. Technically, it's 16 times 2, so it's actually 4 squared to 2. That's the simplified version. I'm not going to make you do that, but you could keep it square to 32, or you could throw it into a calculator and get 5.66. All right? Now look, I know it seems like it was a lot of stuff, but if you break it down, listen to me. Look. Let's stop. Let's stop this. Let's stop. We're not going to act like that. It's all how you view this. It really is. I'm telling you. It's all how you approach it. I can see it in your eyes already, and I can see it in your reaction already. Oh, man, I can't believe we got to do all this stuff. There's no way I'm going to be able to remember all that stuff. If you go with that attitude, you won't be able to remember it. But look, take a little bit at a time. You take little steps. Go through the steps of what we did first. First thing we did, we graphed it just to give us an idea what's going on. Okay, then what did we do? We found the equation of both lines. That's stuff that we've done before. That's not anything new. In fact, we haven't done anything new today. We just put a lot of stuff that we've done before all together in one problem. All right? Go through it again. Listen, I challenge you, go and get on your computer. All right? You all love to sit in front of your computer. Okay? So get in front of it. Put on YouTube, all right, and watch this video one time again. Watch it twice, whatever it takes, okay? At least watch the second part of this video, or the second half of the first video, okay? The first part that we talked about was kind of just preface stuff. But look at the video, go through it, write the stuff down yourself, and practice, practice, practice. There's one more example we have to do, and we're not going to get to it, of course. So
field hockey,
do this.
Field hockey.
Do numbers
I have your turf bowl tickets, so please stop by the nurse's office to get your turf bowl tickets today, please. And also
20.
girls that haven't tried on their warm-up pants, please stop
page
by.
219. All right?
Emily Boaz.
All it is the stuff that we exactly did in class. It's just the stuff we did in class today. All right?
Southers.
Have a good rainy day.